Hi buddies, it's Miss March. So thank you for coming and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to talk about my makeup resolutions or beauty resolutions for 2021. I think 2020, on top of everything that 2020 has been, I think it has made me reevaluate the products that I choose to buy, and it has made me reevaluate how I do my makeup and what do I use to do my makeup and my beauty routines. So I thought it would be a nice idea to think about, what have I learned from this year and what am I taking into 2021 and what am I choosing to do. So I actually have them, I wrote them down, a little paper over here. We are going to go through some of them. So let's start with number one. So for number one, I personally want to be a more conscientious buyer, a more mindful buyer. I want to take my time and choose things that are going to be good for me, things that I need. So I want to stop and think like, do I really need this? Should I get another one of those, or is it okay to just have whatever it is that I currently have and maybe use that up and then get something else? I also want to think about what brands I support and what kind of products I support and what kind of messages supporting those products sends out into the world. So I think for me, being a more mindful buyer and really taking some time to decide of what I want instead of just like getting things for the sake of getting things will be one of my my goals or my resolutions for 2021. The rest of them, or most of the other ones that I have, actually do kind of build on this theme of just thinking before I buy. So we're gonna go through some of them. So yeah, let's keep going. Next up we have number two, which is no gimmicks or cutesy makeup, and that means really I'm looking at you, Too Faced and a few others, a few Sephora collaborations. I think it's so easy to be seduced by those. It's so easy to think like, oh, like this looks so pretty, it looks so good. And I know that in the past I have been victim to that. Or even like things that are gimmicky, like Kaja has they have actually a really good product, but they also have really gimmicky things. Like I do have the blush stump, which is fine, but do I really need a heart stamp on my cheek to put on my blush properly when I could just like use a different method? So I think like really seeing past the gimmicky and into the product, that will really help me kind of with that vibe of the more mindful buying. I think that you can definitely have good products and gimmicky packaging, but I think so many times we just fall onto that gimmick rather than on what the product actually is, that I really want to stop and be like, am I buying this for the gimmick, or am I buying this because it's cute, or am I buying it because it's a good product? And I think so many times you just get confused. Something that happened to me like recently was Urban Decay has this Stone Vibes collection, and they have this blush that looks, no, sorry, it's not a blush, this highlighter that just looks, oh my god, I'm going to try to put a picture on it of it, which just looks so beautiful. But the truth is, the moment you start using that beautiful like sculpted look that the highlighter has will be gone, and then you will left with a product that might be subpar. I can't remember, I haven't read a lot of reviews about that one, but but my gut instinct would be to get it because it's just really pretty, but not necessarily because it's a good product. I really want to kind of like stop with that, and before I get too in love with something, just stop and think like, oh, like should I actually go with this? And also like there's the way that they're selling this product to me, does it make sense? And I think a lot of times we've seen that. I can think of there was that Moschino laptop, so like Moschino by Sephora or Sephora by Moschino laptop makeup palette that I really wanted. And I actually looked at it so many times and it's been on sale. I'm like, oh, should I get it? But the way the colors are positioned, it fits the sort of like the keyboard of the laptop, but like doesn't really make sense for how you would use those colors. So I really want to stop. Things are very cute, things are very gimmicky, and like I think we all know weak points are. So for me, for example, anything that's like Coca-Cola theme, I would probably just go for it. And I'm like, nope, I don't have to do that. So it's good for us to kind of stop and think about that before we go. So that was number 2. We're gonna go back to number 3, and I think number 3 is another one that is really interesting, which is beware of packages and deals. And I've been a victim of this. Like I've fallen for this quite a bit, because you see, oh, like there's a package, or like there's like, I don't know, even like a month ago, I bought 12 mini lipsticks from MAC because they all come together. And yeah, like when you did the math, it was really cheap, like what you paid per lipstick. And like the mini, like I know how much a mini lipstick is, so just doing that math, yes, I was getting a lot of bang for my buck, but not all the colors are good for me. So, you know, would I have been better off just buying a couple of mini lipsticks? Maybe. So definitely, like, you know, just having too much, just because we have too much, it doesn't mean that, or just because you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, it doesn't mean that you're going to use all of it. And I think it's important for us to kind of remember that as we are going through sales, and as we are going through buying products. So that is one that I definitely feel like I want to be aware of. And then also when you have like you know, like packages that will have like, I'm gonna just open this drawer just to kind of show you, but like this is my dreaded size. Anything that is like this size to me is, I'm just not gonna use it. And I think a lot of times we have these packages, like you see them in Sephora. We don't have Ulta here in Canada, but I bought from Ulta in the past, so Ulta has them as well, and other places, where what you get is, you know, like, oh, we're just like this combination of products and you think, oh, it's good, but then you get products that are like this size. And I think like anything that's this size, which is like a deluxe sample, for me, they usually just end up dead in a drawer. I'm just not using it. They're just abandoned because there's just sometimes not enough product for me to kind of like get a good use out of them. So one of my goals is to kind of like try to avoid things that have a lot of products like this. I do have a few exceptions for bundles that have, you know, smaller sizes of products that I use. One example would be Drunk Elephant, where like usually for the holidays you will have the moisturizer, and then it comes with a few other samples, and that works for me, or deluxe samples, because those are products that I use in my daily life, so they're good for when I travel. I know we haven't been traveling for a while, but you know, I do have to travel for work, and I travel a lot usually, so it kind of works for me to have that option of having the little sizes, or if I go on like an overnight trip or anything like that, it's nice to have them. But other than that, for new products and things like that, it's not enough for you to decide whether you like a product or not. And at the end of the day, for me, they just end up abandoned in a drawer. So I'm going to try to stop that. And actually, that's one of the reasons I looked into getting a Look Fantastic subscription. I had Ipsy in the past, and actually that's one of the reasons I had canceled my Ipsy subscription. And I was actually looking at Look Fantastic, and then what really kind of like was a deciding factor for me was like, do I want more of this like deluxe samples that I just don't use, and I'm actually paying for them. So I'm happy that I said no. Okay, let's keep going. We're gonna go to number 4, which is beware of promos. And like, I'm looking at you, Sephora. I know what you do. And what I mean by that is, you know, it's so easy to be tempted by like, oh, like there's like X amount % here, or if you spend X amount, you will get $10 back, things like that. And I will continue to buy the 20% sales at Sephora, because that's when I stock up on products that are kind of expensive, so that I like. But those like spend X amount and then you will get, you know, like, and will discount $10, $25. I find that those, a lot of times I end up buying things that I don't need. Which I guess is the goal for them. So I'm gonna try to be more mindful when I look at those, when I kind of get that urge to be like, wait a minute, like, yes, I may be saving $10, but do I need the other $40 worth of stuff that I would need to spend in order to get this discount? And most of the time it's not. If I do have the stuff in my cart and then I get a promo like this, that's awesome. But I think so many times we spend more money in order to get that promo or that special gift or something like that when truly like we don't need it. And sometimes it would just be better to kind of like just buy that extra product that we would be getting as a gift. So definitely I'm going to be aware of promos and just not buy as much probably. And then I think it's not my last one, it's my second to last one is it's coming to terms with what doesn't work. And I think this has been like a long time coming for me, which is I know what works on my face and I should kind of keep going with that. One example for me would be I have a really hard time wearing eyeliner. For a couple of reasons. I have really small eyes, I have hooded eyes, and also have like kind of crinkly, oily lids, which means that eyeliner is just hard for me to use. And I have found in the past that actually using my eyeshadow as liner tends to work a lot better. So really I want to stop putting money on eyeliner that I never use because it just never looks good on me. And I think I much rather just stop spending money on that. I still have some and I will keep on practicing, but the truth is just like it's not good for me. So I definitely wanted to go back and stop spending money on that because it just doesn't work for me. And I think many of us have things that those products are like, oh, like that's really pretty, but that just really doesn't work with me, or it's just not for me because I know like maybe you are not someone who wears a lot of very colorful eyeshadow. And you keep trying but then you don't use them. So really kind of coming to terms with the things that we like and the things that we don't like. And as much as I would like to do certain eye looks, I know that the shape of my eyes just won't do it. Like I just can't do it. And I think for me it's important to make sure that I know that and I can continue to do that. I think also just, you know, making sure that what we have works for us and that it's not necessarily something that we need to keep trying. It's just if it doesn't work, I just realized I just totally repeated myself, but it was one of my mouth kept talking but my brain was not catching up. Sorry about that. One that I don't have here but I think I wanted to include also is really keeping in mind how much I have of a certain product before I keep going. As I was talking, I was looking at one of my makeup shops and I saw like I have so much foundation and I truly just use two of them, two or three most of the time. I just use the two or three or just go for like those are my go-tos. So I think that I don't want to buy any more foundation for now because I have so much that I'm not really using, and part of it might be I need to declutter some and just like make room for more. But while I have all of this, I think I need to keep giving them a try until I'm happy or I decide that they're not for me and then get another foundation, and really make sure that I'm using all my products as I should use them and not keep buying and just like stockpiling, and then things go bad because I just have too much. I don't get to use everything, you know, when I should or by the time before they expire. So definitely that. And I think the last one that I have would be definitely continuing to have fun. I like makeup and I like trying new things and I like exploring and doing videos and testing and changing up my look, and I don't want to stop doing that. I think it's more that I want to do that in a way that is sustainable, and I also want to do that in a way that really sort of, obviously me buying or not buying something will not change the industry, but I think it does send a message when we choose not to buy something. So for me, I don't want to continue supporting things that I don't want to support, or things that are lower quality or things like that. So definitely we want to make sure that I continue to have fun, but that I you know, that I'm keeping in mind how I want to spend my money and who I want to spend my money. on. So yeah, so those are my resolutions. I hope you have enjoyed them. If you have any resolutions of your own, I'm gonna invite you to put them down in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to read them, and maybe you'll give me some ideas of other resolutions I can do for beauty. Everything else, we'll see how the year goes. But just for my beauty resolutions, we can see what we can add, and I hope to see you in another video very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.